let's embark on a nostalgic journey back to a simpler era, when anticipation of beloved television shows like Little House on the Prairie filled our hearts with joy. It was 1974, and America found solace in the Ingalls family amidst the turmoil of the controversial Vietnam War. In a time of instability, the rustic charm of a log cabin in the wilderness, along with the wholesome adventures of a family living on a farm in the late 1800s, offered a comforting escape. The relatable issues faced by the Ingalls resonated with viewers at the time and continue to do so today. Little House on the Prairie captivated audiences from its very first episode, solidifying its position as one of the greatest television shows of all time. As we revisit this classic series, let's delve into the lives of its beloved characters and explore the twists and turns that have made it so compelling. Melissa Gilbert as Laura Ingalls. Laura Ingalls Wilder, the iconic protagonist of the beloved television series Little House on the Prairie, captivated audiences with her image as a pioneering woman. The talented actress Melissa Gilbert breathed life into the character of Laura, reflecting her growth from youth to becoming a strong woman. The series draws inspiration from the autobiographical works of the real-life Laura Ingalls Wilder, offering glimpses into the challenges and successes of life on the frontier. Her early screen appearances included a series of commercials, among them an Alpo dog food commercial starring Lorne Greene, famous for his role as Ben Cartwright in Bonanza. Gilbert's academic career was also linked to Leslie Landon, daughter of Michael Landon, who played her father on screen in Little House on the Prairie. Entering politics, Gilbert announced her candidacy for Michigan's 8th Congressional District in the 2016 U.S. House of Representatives election on August 10, 2015. As a leading Democratic candidate, she began her campaign. However, health issues forced her to withdraw from the race in May 2016. Demonstrating resilience and innovation, Gilbert launched Modern Prairie in 2022, a lifestyle app designed specifically for women's interests and needs. Following the conclusion of her congressional campaign, Gilbert faced allegations of tax evasion from an attendee at an opponent's campaign event. These allegations referred to unpaid federal and state taxes of $360,000 and $112,000, respectively. She assured the public that she had proactively negotiated a repayment plan with the Internal Revenue Service, IRS. Gilbert's personal struggles extended beyond financial matters. She also bravely confronted her prescription drug and alcohol addiction in her late 30s. In January 2015, she made the health-wise decision to have her breast implants removed, demonstrating her commitment to her well-being. Karen Grassel as Caroline Ingalls. Charles Ingalls, played by veteran actor Michael Landon, is the steadfast and independent father figure of the Ingalls family in the Little House on the Prairie series. Mr. Ingalls embodies the hard work, love, and devotion of a father. His intelligence, courage, and unwavering devotion to his family were widely known, and he faced the hardships of life on the frontier with resilience and optimism. Charles Ingalls became an enduring symbol of the American spirit. Karen Grassel, the actress who played Charles Ingalls' wife, was born in Northern California and spent her childhood in Ventura after moving there with her family at age 5. Her professional career began with a season at the Front Street Theater in Memphis, Tennessee, after honing her skills at the Stanford Contemporary Theater Workshop and the Colorado Shakespeare Festival. While living in New York City, she performed in resident and touring theaters throughout the country and appeared on PBS and television series on major channels. 2021 marked Grassel's appearance in the film Not to Forget, in which she starred alongside Oscar-winning actors such as Cloris Leachman, Louis Gossett Jr., Tatum O'Neal, George Chakiris, and Olympia Dukakis. At the time of publication, Grassel lived in the San Francisco Bay Area with her son, Zach Radford. In her memoir, Grassel candidly shared about her struggles with alcoholism and her difficult relationship with her co-star in the series Little House, Michael Landon. According to Grassel, Landon frequently made insulting remarks about her on set, even in front of other actors and crew members, creating a tense working environment. Furthermore, Grassel revealed that their relationship became strained after she asked for a raise, which Landon refused. However, Grassel shared that they reconciled before Landon passed away from pancreatic cancer in 1991. Michael Landon as Charles Ingalls. Charles Ingalls, husband of Caroline and father of Mary, Laura, Carrie, Charles Jr., and Grace, and foster father of Albert, James, and Cassandra, was the son of Laura Colby and Lansford Ingalls, with Peter and Polly as his relatives. Eugene Maurice Orowitz, later known as Landon, was born on October 31, 1936, in Forest Hills, a borough of Queensboro, New York. He made his television debut in the series Telephone Time, where he played the enigmatic character Caspar Hauser in 1956. In 1959, at age 22, Landon began his television career playing Little Joe Cartwright in Bonanza, a pioneering series in color television. Lorne Greene, Pernell Roberts, and Dan Blocker appeared on screen alongside him. In its sixth season, from 1964 to 1965, Bonanza topped the Nielsen ratings for 3 consecutive years. In addition to acting, Landon also pursued a singing career, focusing on teen idol music. In 1957, coinciding with his rise to fame in the film I Was a Teenage Werewolf, Candlelight Records released Michael Landon's singles, Give Me a Little Kiss, Will Ya Huh? And Be Patient With Me, with some versions noting that the songs belong to the teenage werewolf character. In 1962, Phonograph re-released both songs, accompanied by a cover art featuring Landon's portrayal of Little Joe Cartwright in the film Bonanza. On April 2, 1991, Landon experienced a severe headache while skiing in Utah. 3 days later, doctors diagnosed him with pancreatic cancer, a disease that had affected the tissues and blood vessels surrounding the pancreas. On July 1, 1991, at 1:20 p.m., Landon died at the age of 54 in Malibu, California, surrounded by his wife. Jonathan Gilbert plays Willie Olson, the son and second child of Nels and Harriet Olson, and Nellie's younger brother. Willie Olson lives with his family upstairs in their grocery store in Walnut Grove. According to those who knew him, Willie was a mischievous and spoiled child. He frequently got into trouble for his cruel pranks on other children, including his younger sister. Known for his sweet tooth, he often took candy from the family store without permission. Jonathan Gilbert, who played Willie, brought this character to life on screen. Born on April 28, 1967, Jonathan was the adopted son of actors Barbara Cowan and Paul Gilbert, and the older brother of actresses Melissa Gilbert and Sarah Gilbert. In her autobiography, Melissa mentions losing contact with Jonathan when he moved out of California at the age of 18, and that they subsequently lost contact for reasons unknown. According to the book, he currently works as a stockbroker in New York City. However, he reunited with his sister and the cast of Little House at the show's 50th anniversary reunion in Simi Valley on March 22, 2024. Gilbert not only portrayed Willie in Little House on the Prairie, but also in the 1979 television series The Years of Little House. And he also played Jimmy in another television series, The Miracle Worker, that same year, showcasing his versatility as a young actor. Sidney Greenbush va Rachel Lindsay Greenbush vi Carrie Ingalls. Before Grace was born, Carrie was always considered the youngest in the family. When the Ingalls family moved to Walnut Grove, Carrie stayed home with Caroline because she wasn't old enough to go to school. However, as soon as she was old enough, Carrie started school. Carrie had a close relationship with her foster sister Cassandra, who, along with her brother James, came to live with the Ingalls family. The family's move to Burr Oak, Iowa, in search of better opportunities explains their absence from the story, except for Laura. However, the series abruptly ended a few months later, concluding with a scene of the characters playing in a meadow, followed by the name Lindsay Sidney Greenbush, leading some viewers to believe this was the full name of a single actress. Notably, Sidney broke his arm multiple times throughout the show's run, necessitating the use of casts. Therefore, Lindsay primarily played Carrie. In 1983, Lindsay appeared as a victim of domestic violence in an episode starring Matt Houston, marking her guest appearance. Kevin Hagen plays Dr. Hiram Baker. Hiram Baker, the amiable doctor and veterinarian of Walnut Grove and the surrounding area, works in an office in the same building as the post office. He usually worked alone, except in a few instances where he received assistance from others. For example, when Harriet Olson's granddaughter, Kate, visited, she accompanied him on deliveries. Hagen, originally from Chicago, Illinois, was the son of Hakon Olaf Hagen and Marvel Lucille Wadsworth, both professional ballroom dancers. Hagen had his first recurring role in a television series in 1958, playing John Colton, the New Orleans city administrator in the CBS Western series Yancey Derringer. On April 29, 1962, he appeared as Court in an episode of the series Lawman. He also appeared in the films Laramie, Have Gun, Will Travel, Mannix, The Time Tunnel, and Perry Mason. Notably, he played the murderers in 2 Perry Mason episodes, Jacob Leonard in The Gambling Woman Case, and Samuel Carlton in The Fräulein Criminal Case. From 1968 to 1970, Hagen played Inspector Dobbs Kobik in 9 episodes of The Land of the Giants. In 1992, he moved to Grants Pass in southwestern Oregon, where he showcased his talents in concerts, dinner theater, and on stages in Medford, Ashland, and Grants Pass. His performances included a solo show titled A Playful Dose of Prairie Wisdom. Tragically, Hagen was diagnosed with esophageal cancer in 2004 and died on July 9, 2005, at his home in Grants Pass, leaving behind his son Christopher and wife Jan, whom he married in 1993. Catherine McGregor as Harriet Olson. In essence, Harriet Olson is a stubborn and arrogant person, excessively selfish. Her husband strongly opposed this behavior and constantly tried to reprimand her. Harriet was not a kind person. She frequently complained about the quality of the eggs Caroline bought. She improved somewhat after her daughter Nellie and son Willie got married, but she never truly acknowledged her personality flaws. Scotty McGregor, born in December 1925 in Glendale, California, daughter of Ralph S. McGregor and Beatrice E. Willard, built a career in theater, performing on and off Broadway in plays such as The 7-Year Itch and Handful of Fire. She also took on uncredited roles in films such as On the Waterfront, playing the mother of a dock worker. After her time in the film Little House on the Prairie, McGregor shifted her focus to local theater. She was a Hindu and dedicated herself to teaching acting to children through the Wee Hollywood Vedanta Players group before retiring in the early 2000s. In 2014, she shared her life story and career insights in an interview for Patrick Louboutier's book, Prairie Memories. McGregor's personal life included 2 marriages, the first to actor Burt Remsen from 1949 to 1950, and then to actor, director, and teacher Edward G. K. Martin, who was 14 years younger than her, from 1969 to 1970. She had no children. She overcame alcoholism and converted to Hinduism during her recovery. Notably, she was absent from the final episode of the series Little House on the Prairie due to a pilgrimage to India that coincided with the filming of the final episodes. McGregor passed away in November 2018 at the Film and Television Nursing Home and Hospital in Woodland Hills, Los Angeles, at the age of 93. Meanwhile, Sydney took on the role of Hambone in the film Hambone and Hilly that same year. The twin sisters appeared together in commercials for various brands, including Double Mint Chewing Gum, Mattel Toys, and Kentucky Fried Chicken. Eventually, they decided to give up acting to attend a traditional public school. They both graduated with honors from Santa Monica High School in 1988. Sydney's marriage to horse breeder William Rocky Foster lasted 9 years until his sudden death at age 55 in 2009. Lindsay, on the other hand, married Daniel Sanchez in 2014. They first met during the filming of Little House at Big Sky Ranch in Simi Valley, where outdoor scenes were shot. Lindsay recalled their initial encounter, revealing that Michael Landon had allowed Daniel to observe the filming process at Big Sky Ranch. Interestingly, they met again and eventually married at the very place where they first met many years later. Richard Bull plays Nels Olson. Nels Olson is the co-owner of Olson's Mercantile Store with his wife, Harriet Olson. The couple have 3 biological children, Nellie, Willie, and an adopted daughter named Nancy. Harriet and Nels are a classic example of a love-hate relationship, filled with frequent arguments and quarrels, but only occasionally escalating to extremes. Born on June 26, 1924, in Zion, Illinois, Bull moved to Chicago in 1994 with his wife, Barbara Collentine. In September 2012, the couple moved to the Motion Picture and Television Fundhouse, leaving Chicago. Bull's journey into acting was quite accidental. "I never seriously considered pursuing an acting career," he shared. "When I was in 12th grade, I was planning to study music, but a friend suggested we enroll in the Goodman School of Dramatic Arts. I was fascinated by it, although my friend dropped out after only 2 weeks. There was a 3-year hiatus when Bull served as a radio operator for the Air Force Corps, but after his discharge in 1946, he resumed his acting studies at Goodman. Bull's stage career began at the renowned Goodman Theater in Chicago. He believes that his two-line role in The Greatest Story Ever Told was a crucial turning point that opened up many opportunities. Director George Stevens was very impressed with Bull's emotionally rich performance, which directly led to Bull landing the role of an FBI agent in The Satan Bug. With over 100 roles in film and television, Bull has established himself as a versatile actor. Sadly, Bull passed away on the morning of February 3, 2014, at the Film and Television Nursing Home and Hospital in Calabasas, California, due to pneumonia. He was 89 years old. Allison Arngrim as Nellie Olson. The notorious Nellie Olson Dalton, eldest daughter of Harriet and Nels Olson, dominated her siblings Willie and her foster sister Nancy. Married to Percival Dalton, she bore him 2 children. Born into luxury, the darling of a wealthy grocery store owner, she ruled with an iron fist, bullying and spoiling at will. The girl's antics, described by Arngrim as resembling a 7-year bout of premenstrual syndrome, brought her reluctant fame in the TV series Little House on the Prairie. The Young Artist Foundation honored Arngrim's outstanding performance in 2002 with a Lifetime Achievement Award for former child stars. At the 2006 TV Land Awards, her role as Nellie won the award, tied with Danielle Spencer's D in What's Happening for the most deserving character. Beyond the glitz and glamour of the stage, Arngrim devotes herself to philanthropy, inspired by the memory of her friend and co-star Steve Tracy, who played her husband, Percival, in the television series Little House on the Prairie. Tragically, Tracy's life was cut short in 1986 due to complications related to AIDS, which fueled Arngrim's passion for AIDS advocacy, including her involvement with Acid Up and AIDS support hotlines. Her advocacy extends to other important issues such as child abuse, and she actively campaigns and speaks out for the organization Protect. In a moment of courage, she shared her own experience as a victim of incest on the Larry King Live show in 2004. Arngrim wrote her autobiography, Confessions of a Prairie Bitch: How I Survived Nellie Olson and Learned to Love Being Hated, in 2010, bravely naming her teenage brother as her abuser while weaving in humor and lightheartedness. The book received critical acclaim for its skillful blend of humor and personal tragedy. She adapted the book into a successful solo play, which premiered at Club Fez in New York before touring to venues such as Parliament House, a popular gay resort in Orlando, Florida.